What's up, everybody? It's JR with Three Things with JR, episode number 74. And I've sort of got a special guest on the show today. It's not just me you will be hearing. There is another person's voice that will be on the show later, so in that way I have a special guest, but it's not quite up to normal Three Things special guest sort of, performance, really. It's a person I've been trying to get on the show for a while now, and this is just, you think of this as a preview for when I have Bobby Sims on the show for real. I've been talking to Bobby occasionally over the past few weeks. He's agreed to do the show, and every Sunday night when I sit down to record the show, I call him on Facebook Messenger, knowing that he's just not going to answer. I don't give him a heads up. I don't want him to be all, prepared. Also, I know that he'll be nervous. He gets nervous when things like this happen. I want him to be less nervous, so I just want to call him and talk. And he's actually really not into that. There you go. I called him tonight. He didn't answer. And then while I was looking for somebody else to call, he called me back. But he called me back like a regular cell phone call on my iPhone. I answered it. I hit record. And I've got that chat. Bobby and me talking for like 10 or 15 minutes, getting caught up a little bit. I couldn't get him to do Three Things. We're going to do that at some point in the future. We are going to hang out probably on his front porch at Old Springs Farm, and we'll talk. We'll talk about playing music, what Ice House Road, whether we're ever going to play music again, what songs we're into, what we're doing. We'll talk about stupid stuff. We'll just chit chat and get caught up, and it's going to be awesome. He's an interesting guy. I consider him a close friend, even though we don't get to hang out much anymore. We don't live near each other. We don't play in a band together. But nonetheless, I consider him a friend. And so I'm looking forward to doing that. What made me really think of him today was his girlfriend posted a nice picture of Bobby Sims asleep. She posted it on Facebook. He was asleep in a beanbag chair on a shelf inside of a Walmart. And it's my favorite picture of Bobby Sims, and it's now my new background on my phone. So there you go. I've been taking lots of trips to Waynesboro recently. I went to Waynesboro to audition for the show. I told you about that, A Christmas Story, the musical. I got a call back, so I had to go back the next night. And then just this last Friday night, Kiki and I went to see Mutt's Gone Nuts at the Wayne Theater. It was a fantastic show. The dogs were amazing. The highlight of the show, though, was the comedian Jonathan Burns, who comes on and sort of entertains you, but before the dogs, between the dogs, after the dogs. He was hilarious, and I recognized him when I saw him come out on stage, and I realized, and I Googled it and found that he has actually been on one of my favorite shows, Penn and Teller Fool Us, and I don't think he fooled them, but he's really a solid entertainer, does a little bit of magic, some very physical comedy, and he's just hilarious. I recommend seeing him and the Mutt's Gone Nuts show. I guess they travel around, and this was their stop in Waynesboro. I highly recommend seeing the whole show any chance you get. All right, let's do some things.
Thing number one.
So you might be wondering, and I got to tell you, I cannot say whether or not I got the part in the play. I can't post it on social media. I can't, and I do count this as social media. So the Wayne Theater will make their announcement on who is in the cast of A Christmas Story, the musical, at some point soon. And once they do, then maybe, I don't know, we can talk about who's in the cast, whoever that is. But I do want to tell you that I have recently gone back and watched A Christmas Story, the movie, just a couple days ago. It's available on HBO Max, in case you're wondering, and it's just as good as you remember it, plus no commercials. So it's a great place to start if you're trying to get reacquainted with A Christmas Story. I also found that NBC did A Christmas Story, the musical, live back in 2017, and you can watch that. You can rent it or buy it or whatever on iTunes, and that was a lot of fun. Although Matthew Broderick played the part of the narrator, Gene Shepherd, I didn't particularly like him for that role. Like, it was kind of missing something compared to the voice of the narrator in the movie, and I consider that guy more my style.
Thing number two.
Lynrd Skynrd, If I Leave Here Tomorrow. It is a documentary about the the Southern Rockers. It's on Netflix now. It's an hour and a half. And if you have any interest in Lynrd Skynrd, I recommend you give it a shot. I thought I knew things about Lynrd Skynrd, but there was a lot I did not know. I knew I liked the songs that I've heard. I knew that I hadn't really heard or listened to music deeper than what's on the radio. I haven't, taken a deep dive into their stuff to hear this, the songs that never made it onto the radio. They're deep tracks, So really only familiar I didn't, just a skin deep sort of a level. I knew that the band was in a plane crash and that several members died, but I couldn't have told you which members died. I didn't know that. I think the lead singer who died, but I don't even know which one that was. I knew Artemis Pyle was the drummer. I heard him on an interview on Howard Stern many years ago. I knew he was on the plane with them. He was one of their several different drummers, not their original drummer, but I knew that, and I knew he was on the plane with them, and that he survived the crash, and he went and got help to get the people out of the plane and to the hospital. He went and found locals that could help with that. And I knew the last name of someone in the band was Van Zant. Wasn't sure who what the first name was, and I wasn't sure if they were in relation to the guy from the E Street Band, little Stevie Van Zant. He's also on The Sopranos, but I learned a whole lot more. It was Ronnie Van Zant, and he was the lead singer and the driving force behind the band, and that he was freaking awesome. I loved the particular story about how he and the band wrote "Sweet Home Alabama." It's a neat way for them to have come up with that song, and it was pretty awesome. I learned how much they rehearsed. They had these songs down cold before going into the studio, including, they had 3 guitar players, and they had their solos dialed in note for note, and they could repeat them every single time. So when they got to the studio, they were ready to record exactly what they wanted to record. And this is very rare in the music world. We've recorded a few albums, my old band Ice House Road, the new band Big, and it's not like that. From my experience, guitar solos are different every time, in at least some little ways, and sometimes really big ways. But that's not how it was with Lynrd Skynrd. They were super consistent. I also had no idea they were from Jacksonville. If I would probably have guessed Alabama, but I obviously would have been wrong. I highly suggest you check it out. Hey man, play me some Skynrd.
Thing number 3.
So this thing 3 is kind of like a thing 2, but it's also kind of stupid. There's a show on Netflix called Squid Game, and I do recommend it, although I've only seen episode 1 so far, and I've heard about it. I kind of understand what it's generally about, and certainly in the end of episode 1, you get a really good idea what it's about and which direction it's headed. It's obviously not for the squeamish, not for the kids. It's a movie from Korea, and when you watch it, the default settings on Netflix is that it is the audio is dubbed in English, and there's also English subtitles, which is fine, sort of. I've seen shows that had dubbed English before, right? Like The Heist is a Netflix show that is I think it's French. It's dubbed in English, but they've done it really, really well, and there's no subtitles. And I didn't even question it. Like most of the time, you don't even barely notice it. It's done so well. But the default setting for Squid Game is dubbed in English with subtitles turned on. And the problem with that is that the subtitles that are written on the screen don't match what they're saying in English overdubbed at all. And the audio with the English overdubs is a little off. Like you lose something. Like the audio from the scene is kind of overshadowed by the English overdubbing. And since they're saying some stuff that's different from what's in the subtitles, I switched it. I just turned the English dubbing off so that I could hear the subtle nuances of the scene. The surround sound was a little bit better. The overall experience was better, even though I had to read the subtitles to understand what people were saying. But it's a visually stunning show. It's very interesting. It's so well done, and I highly recommend it. But there you go. I watch shows like that with the subtitles on, English dubbing off, and I'm not really, like, I do the same thing with, like, Narcos, right? With Narcos, I feel like I'm learning Spanish, at least the worst things you can say in Spanish. when I watch Narcos and read the subtitles. With this show, I don't think I'm going to learn any Korean at all. Like, that's just not going to happen. But there you go. All right, those are my 3 things. We'll be right back here in a few minutes, right after the ad here with Bobby Sims. It'll be short and sweet, and hopefully we'll get a chance to interview him a little bit more in depth sometime in the future. But for now, here's just a taste of Bobby Sims after the break.
Wake up, wake up, wake up. There's no time for play. Get up, get up, get up. It's a brand new day.
Hello. Hey.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to call you and put you on my podcast.
Right now?
Yep. Right now.
Oh, right now is not good.
Why
I
not?
can't tell people yet. Huh?
Why are you too tired? You didn't get enough
I'm
of
tired.
you didn't get enough of a nap in the in Walmart today?
You saw that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I tried. I didn't get to about a good 5 minutes, really. No. Let me be ready for it one night.
The whole point of this is not to be ready, but I get it. You're an important person, and I can't just spring this stuff on you. So we got to schedule it. I got to have my people talk with your people and work out a time. We got to set the arrangements, kind of figure out what the parameters of the interview are going to be. We got to do like a pre-interview, so I know what you're going to talk about. I'll have my producers.
I got other questions before you ask them.
That's right.
I need a list of the questions before you ask them.
The funny part is if you've listened to any of my podcasts, you would know the questions already.
Oh, really?
Yes. Yep.
They're all the same?
Well, sort of. I mean, the way it normally works is I spring it on people. I call somebody out of the blue. They think I'm butt dialing them, right? But they answer, and they're like, hello? And I'm like, hey, it's me, and let's just talk, and I'll record it, and we'll make it a podcast. And so we just talk. We get caught up, and then at the end of it, that's when I spring it on them that the podcast is called 3 Things with JR, and I just I want you to come up with the 3 things. I'll tell you what they are, like how you come up with them, and I'll help you through it. It's easy. That's the part that that is the same with every interview. We do the 3 things at the end, but the first part of it's just you and me getting caught up.
Heck yeah. All right, so next time you call, it got to be on Messenger, right?
Yeah, I'm technically I'm recording this, but not the way I want to record it. Like right now, I'm holding my phone up to my microphone and have you on speaker so that so the microphone is picking up you and me. But normally, normally I would call you on Messenger. That way I can record it separately on my computer and it works out way better.
You hate me.
I wouldn't be calling you if I hated you.
I know. That makes it so difficult sometimes.
You're still a prima donna. We know this. This has not changed.
Yep. All right.
So hey, when would be a good time for you, Mr. Sims? I can put it on my calendar.
I don't know, dude. Just the next time will be a good time. I'll be prepared.
Okay.
How about
So
that?
normally I record these on Sunday evenings. Like that's usually when I have time to do it. So I just look and see who's available. And your name was, I just look on Facebook and see who's got a little green dot next to their name, which tells me they're online. And if they're online and I want to talk to them, I just try to call them. I called you 6 times in a row last Sunday and no answer.
My phone don't pick up here too good.
Do you? I was going to ask you about that. Do you have Wi-Fi at your house? Does Facebook Messenger work okay? Or do you have good cell signal?
Depends on what time of month it is. Because
Yeah.
I got all my Wi-Fi stuff is like off my phone stuff.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
have real good internet. Yeah.
But you have
Pretty
good
bad, actually.
cell signal at where you live?
I mean, I'm in my bedroom right now talking to you.
Yeah.
So,
Sound loud and clear.
well, and like Tyler and Kim, they got these little boxes and shit that he can play his video games and shit on.
Yeah.
I don't, I don't know how that stuff works.
Right. Hey, do you have Netflix?
I do not. We were just talking about that. If we ever got internet here, if I ever got internet here, then I would get it, but it's not worth having.
Yeah. Last night I watched a Lynrd Skynrd documentary called "If I Leave Here Tomorrow," and it's like the whole story about how the band formed and everything. I didn't know. I mean, I thought I knew about Lynrd Skynrd, but I didn't really know much about him as an actual band.
Really.
Yeah, right. Like the lead singer Ronnie Van Zant, man, he was the driving force behind the band. He was. I mean, he was a cool dude, and lost him in the plane crash. So.
Right.
But yeah, I had. If I had to ask you, where do you think Lynrd Skynrd is from? What state is Lynrd Skynrd from?
Are you questioning me? I don't know. I don't think it's Alabama, is it?
It's not Alabama. I would have guessed that, but I would have also been like, I don't know. It's probably not Alabama. It's not Alabama. They're from
Missouri.
No, they're from Jacksonville, Florida.
Jacksonville, Florida. I'm telling you, I saw something about that not too long ago.
Yeah.
And as soon as you said it, I watched a documentary on them not too long ago. Probably not the same one, but.
Well, I mean, I don't know how many Lynrd Skynrd documentaries there are. There's probably more than one, but this one's just a couple years old. It just recently came out, and it was just really good. So I highly recommend it. If you haven't seen it, I recommend it.
I will.
Well, and the reason I thought of you when I was watching it, just because we played their songs. So
yeah.
Simple Man.
Yeah, Simple Man. What else? We played a little Sweet Home Alabama every now and then. There's another one in there too.
Give Me 3 Steps. We fooled around with Give Me 3 Steps early on in Ice House Road.
Yeah. Yeah. I heard a song that we used to play. Your dad loves it. His favorite song. Did you say it? I think you might have sung it.
Oh.
Delbert
McClinton, 2 More Bottles of Wine?
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to sing it very poorly, but yes, I did sing it.
There was another one too. I thought we played like there's a truck stop in San Antonio.
Yep, that's yeah. The something blues.
Lone Star Blues.
Yeah. Saw a billboard about this rodeo. That's why I heard it. I heard it and thought of you, and I thought we should play it. But then you didn't want to sing it, which I thought you should have sung it, but you weren't feeling it, so I had to sing it.
I would now.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Well, give me a call, dude, and I swear I'll do it. Next time.
So what I'll do is I'll text you earlier on Sunday that I'm gonna, assuming I am gonna try to.
I like the idea of you coming over and sitting down with me.
I do too, man. But I didn't want to pass this up. I haven't been able to find time to do that. But
okay,
that would be fun to just come over and just sit on your porch or something with the microphone and record that way. That'd be cool as shit.
That would be cool. We could play some music.
Cool. Hey, unless you object, I am going to put this little recording on this week's podcast, if you're okay with that. Yeah.
Dude, you know me. Do what you, Adam. I know you would never do anything embarrassing, man. You have fun with it.
Yeah. No, you didn't say anything stupid.
Yeah,
I can.
You know me.
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I know. I was hoping you were going to say something stupid, but then you didn't. So, yeah.
Next time.
Cool.
Next time, man.
All right, man. We'll schedule
I'll probably lock up. Like, I knew you were recording me right now by the way you were talking to me. So,
yeah.
I was like, this motherfucker's doing it right the now. The way you were talking to me, yeah, back when we were Ice House Road. Da da da. I was like, what the f*** does he not know?
It's because, well,
that's his.
you're right. You picked up on it.
Voice. That's your radio voice.
Well, it's because I'm not only am I talking to you, but I got to keep in mind what the listener's thinking at the same time. So I need to make sure they understand the context.
I was like, this takes, I don't know what he's doing. I knew you were recording it. That's why I got all weird sometimes. I was trying to think of shit. I was like, I don't want to sound fucking stupid because I knew he's going to do something. I knew it. I fucking knew it. Yeah, all right. I won't cuss next time either. I promise.
Oh, well, I don't know if I'm going to do it then. No, appreciate. I mean, she's heard you cuss before. I can guarantee it.
All right. Well, you're not going to use a bunch of cuss words, but
I mean,
have fun with it.
You only said the F-bomb a couple times towards the end, and if you'd rather that part, I can just bleep that or something.
Yeah, beep it out. Whatever. Whatever you think, dude. I know you're not going to embarrass me. Whatever. I don't care.
Cool. All right, man.
So I need to get that shit in. All right.
All right,
but
dude.
if it does embarrass me, don't call me back.
All right. Yeah, man. Well, watch my Facebook. I'll put the thing out on. I'll put it on.
Dad, hold on 1 second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's your pops. Is he feeling better?
He is feeling better.
He told me it wasn't cancer or something.
Yep, I talked to him just the other day, and he's feeling a whole lot better. I mean, he still coughs up blood and stuff, so there's still something going on in there. But yeah, cancer's been ruled out, and COVID's a thing of the past. We think it's just.
Where is he again in Iowa? Because I'm going to Iowa in a couple weeks.
Yeah, man, Emmitsburg, Iowa.
Emmitsburg.
Do you know where in Iowa you are going?
I will. So I'll text you. I'm gonna find all that stuff out.
Yeah, man.
Because my sister Billy's got a wrestling match out there. So.
Mm-hmm.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've seen. She's posted some pictures. She looks like a damn badass. Good God, I wouldn't mess with her.
Maybe we'll put her on your podcast too.
You know, her name pops up on my friend list, and I've definitely thought of giving her a call, but I thought I would talk to you first and then her. So, but
maybe she might. Let me run it by her to see how she would react.
The fun part is how people react. Don't tell her. I mean, just call her. And if she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to. Like I mean, I start off. I don't record the whole thing and then tell you what we did. I tell you up front, so you know the people know what's going on. And,
okay.
and I give people a chance. I give people the chance to say, "Hey, I'd rather not do this," or "I don't have time right now."
Give me a chance.
Well, you're a hard man to reach. I figured I'd take advantage of it.
Right. All right, dude. Well, so just let me know when you want to do it.
All right, man. I'll hit you up. We'll schedule it. And I do like the idea of coming over, so that'd be fun.
All right, brother.
All right, man. Take care, buddy. Later.
Yes, sir. Bye-bye.
See ya. All right, Bobby Sims on the podcast. First time, and hopefully not the last time. And next time, we're gonna really shoot the shit on his front porch and really get caught up. And he's an interesting guy, leading an interesting life, doing some crazy stuff. And playing music on a stage with me was not the craziest thing that guy's done. I can't wait to talk to him for you about all the stuff he does. So that's it. That's the show. We're going to finish it off. Instead of the band Big closing this show out, I thought it appropriate that we should play an Ice House Road song. This is an original Bobby Sims number called Triple S. It's about the farm where he grew up, and it features Bobby Sims singing and playing rhythm guitar, Gary Hawthorne on lead guitar, Rob Jones on bass and keys, and me on the drums, and my daughter Allison Stoffel. You'll hear her at the end of the song with her absolutely beautiful voice that just gives just a lovely sort of tone to the end of this song. It's pretty fantastic. So this is Triple S by Ice House Road. I'll see y'all next week.
I was driving home one evening, the most beautiful thing I saw. There was horses by the water, and the geese were floating tall. Pretty as a picture, like the cover of a book. It's the place that I call home. It's the place that I grew up. There were trees everywhere, ones that I could climb. Staring at them, I get lost back in time. They were the years of my youth, and I remember like yesterday. And every Sunday morning, yeah, we go to church and pray. But after every Sunday service, couldn't wait to change our clothes. Riding through the field like a ranger time show. Close your eyes, be whatever you want it to be. Get lost in space, get left out at sea. Not a care in the world, didn't have to pay no bill. How I miss the day, man, what a thrill. On my front porch, a few more years have gone by. I still remember those days from staring at the sky. When dreams were real, there were no fairy tales. We were flying so high, had a dragon by the tail. But after every Sunday service, couldn't wait to change our clothes. Riding through the field like a ranger time show. Close your eyes, be whatever you want it to be. Get lost in space, get left out at sea. Not a care in the world, didn't have to pay no bill. How I miss the day, man, what a thrill. But after every Sunday service, couldn't wait to change our clothes. Riding through the field like a ranger time show. Close your eyes, be whatever you want it to be. Get lost in space, get left out at sea. Not a care in the world, didn't have no bill. How I miss the day, man, what a thrill. But after every Sunday service, couldn't wait to change our clothes. Riding through the field like a ranger time show. Close your eyes, be whatever you want it to be. Get lost in space, get left out at sea. Not a care in the world, didn't have to pay no bill. How I miss the day, man, what a thrill.
Close your eyes, be whatever you want it to be. Lost in space, left out at sea, not a care